It's a Minimalist Monday edition of Optimal Finance Daily, episode 1375. Simple and frugal can be different things, by Starks of SimpleMoneyPro.com. And happy Monday to you. I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. This is the show where I read to you from some of the best personal finance blogs on the web, with the author's permission, of course. For now, let's get right to today's post as we optimize your life. Simple and frugal can be different things, by Starks of SimpleMoneyPro.com. Let me begin with a disclaimer. On the road to get to where I am today, I have experienced several times when our household finances were not so awesome. I've had experience on both sides of this issue. For many years, we practiced extreme frugality. Now, thankfully, we don't need to do that anymore. Our focus now is on simplicity. I've learned that frugality and simplicity can be related, but they can also be very different. Grocery shopping is a great example. If you're practicing frugality, whether by necessity or choice, you shop sales, stock up on sale items, use coupons, and shop at multiple stores. All of these are excellent ideas to help you save money, but following these practices is far from simple. I cannot stand to shop at all, so it was sheer torture for me to follow these frugal practices. Now my personal aim is to streamline and simplify my shopping, and that means shopping mostly in one store. This does not mean that I'm not thoughtful about what I buy. I do still look for deals, and I won't pay top dollar for produce that's out of season, for example. Shopping with a list is my main strategy now, and I'm pretty good about resisting impulse buying. Planning ahead with a list helps me save money, but it's a vastly different experience than when I used to plan my meals around grocery sales flyers. That was time consuming, and I hated every minute of it. But it served a purpose at the time, and sometimes it's a true necessity. If you love practicing frugality with your shopping, even if economizing is not a must, then you have my admiration. Another example of frugality versus simplicity is cheap clothing. It might be my imagination, but I believe cheap clothing is more cheaply made and lasts a far shorter amount of time than it used to. In a perfect world, I would buy only clothes that were ethically made and that are high quality. I would also place a premium on secondhand clothes as a way to save the planet. As I've said, however, I really despise shopping of all sorts, except books. Therefore, my philosophies about being good to the earth and supporting the lives of third world people conflict with my desire to be simple and not spend undue amounts of time on an activity that I hate. I try to find the middle ground in my decisions. As my income has risen, I can afford better quality items. I also now recognize the folly of buying cheap clothes in the first place, given that they don't last. But I simply will not spend half a day venturing around to our town's many fine secondhand shops to find high quality at lower prices. I'd rather have a root canal. Okay, maybe not a root canal. Hopefully you get my point. In addition to starting to buy higher quality, albeit from one store, all at one time, I shop less frequently. My work clothes get worn frequently and are well cared for, and I change into house clothes the instant I return home. I keep clothes for a very long time, and I don't fall prey to the latest fashion trends. My style is simple and not noteworthy in any way. I am the direct opposite of a style maven. Some of these practices are simple, but they can also be considered frugal. Buying less stuff, buying higher quality, keeping it longer, and caring for items. Admittedly, for me, there are many other frugal practices that I would not even on my best day consider to be simple. Couponing, shopping at multiple stores, and stocking up. There is a tendency in the media today to conflate simple living with extreme frugality. Certainly, people who practice frugality might consider themselves to be living simply. I think the answer is to accept the fact that everyone's ideas around simple living are different, and no one is right or wrong about it. A more meaningful way to think about simple living is that we're all on a similar but different journey. Supporting each other wherever we may be on that journey is the most honorable and simple thing we can do. You just listened to the post titled Simple and Frugal Can Be Different Things by Dawn Starks of SimpleMoneyPro.com. Now, can you imagine what it'd be like to wake up every Monday morning excited for work? It is possible. New York Times bestselling author and one I narrate here frequently, Ramit Sethi, has helped thousands of people find their dream jobs, and we want to show you how you can do it too. So how do you discover what your dream job is? And how does recruiting work at top companies like Google? How can you use those strategies in your job search? Most people aren't in the right job at the right company based on their current career goals and life needs. Find Your Dream Job is Ramit's program that teaches people how to find and land the job of their dreams, as well as negotiate for more pay and great perks like remote work. Proven over 10 years with thousands of students, Find Your Dream Job is a comprehensive system that works no matter what your career goals are. Want to make more money, change industries, work from home, get a promotion, or improve your work-life balance? Find Your Dream Job will show you exactly how to do it. Sign up for more information at iwt.com/podcastdj. That's iwt.com/podcastdj. This article resonates a lot with me because I too evolved from extreme frugality to more of a balance after getting out of debt and settling into a high savings rate. For example, I did not buy clothing during the 11 months that I was getting out of debt. I instead had clothing exchanges with my friends. Any new clothing that year was fortunately acquired at no cost, but for years after that, I only shopped at secondhand stores when I absolutely needed to buy something. It was thrilling when I would ultimately find something high quality for a fraction of the cost. For example, I once found a brand new $150 pair of jeans with the tag still on for $10. Amazing. But I also hated the time it would take for looking for these savings, and I often completely struck out. I'll admit that now I buy new clothes and expensive ones, but I do it so infrequently that I barely notice. For example, I've worn the same black Columbia fleece for about 4 years now. It's my only fleece, and I already fixed the zipper once. So when the zipper broke again and I looked at how worn out it was after 4 years of constant wear, I decided to buy one new fleece. I ended up buying a $150 Patagonia fleece, I'm actually wearing it right now, that comes with a warranty so I can get it fixed if the zipper should need to be replaced. I suspect this fleece will last much longer than 4 years, and so even though it was expensive, it's likely less expensive than replacing a cheaper version more often. The one thing I do worry about with more expensive items is loss, theft, or damage beyond normal wear and tear. In these cases, quality is irrelevant. So my solution to this is to be very selective on the expensive items I buy and go into it with the full knowledge that I need to be extra careful with these things. And that's a wrap for another Monday show. Have a great rest of your day and start to your week. And I'll be back tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.